Without further ado, let's get into the reconstructions. And so the average did end up being a 216. And for reference, I do average around mid to high 2 at home. So this was a pretty good average for me with some nice scrambles. And so yeah, this first one in particular was a 188. And you can see there is a really nice 3-move blue V you can do. We have 2 blocks here. And what I did notice in inspection is that when you move this blue-red out of the way to the left, insert this blue-yellow to create a bar over here, and then reinsert this back in to solve the blue V, this red-green edge will essentially flip over here to be correctly solved in its position. This edge isn't going to move at all. This edge is just going to be brought back here, same position. And this green-blue edge is just going to be brought up here with blue facing in this direction. So essentially, you're just going to have this L3 case, which is pretty nice to execute, can be smooth. But since this was so easy to one look, I did take the time to notice that you could cancel into an ML3, a really nice ML3 at that. So that's what I ended up doing. So you hold it from this angle, set it down like that, pick up, do the tips like that, move red blue out of the way, insert blue yellow, and then the ML3 just goes like that. So you can see that it was really smooth. And I don't use ML3 much in my solves, but this was just so easy to one look and recognize that I ended up doing it. So it was pretty nice. Anyway, let's do the second scramble. This was a 242. Yeah, okay, this is right. So I did notice this green-yellow block. So I did look at green, but I didn't notice any good ways of doing it. Whereas on yellow, there is another 3-move V, just inserting this red-yellow edge here, solving it, and then doing it like that. And so I hold that at the back. I do notice that this blue-green edge isn't going to move, or at least come back in its same position. This flipped edge isn't going to move at all. And this blue-yellow edge is going to end up here with yellow facing here. So yeah, that's basically all I needed to recognize to know the case. And I know to do a U prime after I solve the V because blue-green, since blue's at the front, I'm going to need blue to face the right here. So that all sounds complicated, but it's really not. So just hold it like this, set it down, tips go like that, insert the piece into the back, and then just do the L3 like that, six move L3. So yeah, pretty nice, pretty smooth, mid 2. Okay, so this was the third solve, and this was another 188, which really brought the average down, counting 188. So yeah, this is it. You can see it's another 3-move blue V, quite coincidentally. And you'll notice that if you do the same solution as the first one, or the same V, at least moving this out of the way, inserting this blue-yellow to create the bar, and then bringing this back, that this red-yellow piece will end up here in its solved spot. So this ends up solved. This piece doesn't move at all. And because these two pieces are different, these two pieces are different, it's not going to be a sledge case or anything like that. It's just going to be a 3-move insert. Really nice. So, yeah, you just hold it like this. I started from this angle, did the tips like that, the V like that, and then did rotate, and then just did the 3-move insert. So yeah, with a rotation, but with a semi-rotation, it was still pretty fast on their sub 2. And yeah, this is the fourth scramble. This was a 218, so a nice low 2. And so there is this green and blue block here, so naturally that's what you look at. So I did look at blue V. I mean, it's not that bad to do. You could just insert this blue-red edge will be brought up to the back here, and then you just could insert it into the back. But what I did end up doing is green V. I held it from this angle because you could solve this in one move like that, and then insert this green-red piece into its slot here. And then this blue-yellow piece isn't going to move at all, or it is going to move, but it's just going to end up back here. And yeah, that's what I saw in inspection. So I held it from this angle like that, do tips like that, solve this, bring green-red down, and then just solve the rest like that. So it does seem kind of janky, but it did end up being low 2, which was nice. And then finally, this is the last scramble. It was the worst solve off the average. It was a 293, but I still think the solution was nice. So yeah, you can see that there's another yellow-green bar here. I did look at both green and yellow. Neither of which are too bad. You could do green, I think, in a somewhat decent way. But what I did notice was even better was on yellow. So you just solve this yellow-green edge like that. And I did notice that this blue-green piece was going to be brought up here with green here, blue here. And then if you cancel into inserting the yellow-red edge into this spot here, this blue-green edge is going to be brought here, and that's going to be solved too. So you're just basically going to be left with an L3E that you can do from this angle. So it's basically another ML3, but it's just a really easy and intuitive one. So the entire solution is, if you set it down like that, do it like this, tips like that, cancel into inserting the yellow green edge like that, and then the ML3 is just like that. And I think what went wrong, why it's like a high 2 and not a mid 2, is that I think the finger tricks were kind of janky. Like when doing the cancel moves and like combined with the tips, I don't think my hands were like in the proper orientation, which is why it wasn't as fluid as it could be. But I think the solution was still pretty good.